Alright guys, so as most of you know, I usually start these beard review videos off with a joke, a dad joke, if you will. But so today I want to kind of get serious with you, and I want to actually ask you a question. When does a joke become a dad joke? I thought about this, and I finally come up with an answer. When it becomes apparent. Welcome back to Socially Bearded Guys. Today we are going to be looking at Paranormal Beard Co. Paranormal Beard Co. is actually kind of co-owned by William and Alfredo. Alfredo is he like a self-proclaimed people person, right? He likes to be around people, and he likes to cut up, carry on conversations with people. And because of that, he has always known that he has wanted to run some kind of small interactive business. And with that being said, let's just go ahead and admit it. Coming to the beard community, that's really, if that's what you're looking to do, if you're looking to run a small business where you can interact with your customers, or at least some of them, the beard community is the perfect place to do that. So just a little bit about the company. When Alfredo started to grow his beard, he went in search of products, to kill the itch. And like we've said before on this channel, he found big box store brands, Walmart, Target, things like that. And he was incredibly unsatisfied with them. He didn't like them at all. So he started to mix up some butters, mix up some oils, kind of do it for himself. And then he kind of found the beard community. And now, I don't know if he was actually sending stuff to people or really what he was doing as far as that was concerned. But when he found the beard community, knowing that he wanted to own some type of small business, like a small batch company or just a small interactive business, seeing how kind of everybody interacts in the beard community, he thought that was perfect. And I agree with him on that. I think that's, if that's what you want to do, then firing up a business in the beard community is the perfect way to go. Because there is always going to be interactions. And so, fast forward to February 26th of this year, they did a IG Live, and they introduced Paranormal. So, real quick, let's take a look here. So now what we've got here, this is their label. Get that right there. I don't know if you can see that or not. It's kind of a dark label. It's got an alien on it. Kind of gripping like a globe. Really cool artwork. Actually, Oz done this artwork. If you get a good look at it there, you can actually see, Oz's little signature on there. But Oz did this artwork, and now their labels, right now, their labels are like a generic label, what you would call, I hate that word. God, I hate calling a label generic, because it has a brand on there. It has a name brand on there. But the reason people call these generic, right, is because it has a space to where they can write the scent on it, right? There's other companies that do that, and personally, I don't have a problem with it. Some people don't like it, but like I said, for now, that's kind of what they're doing. They do write it in a gold marker, which I think is really, really cool. It kind of pops with the label and everything. So, that's just a little bit about the company, guys. Let's get into the ingredients real quick. All right, so your ingredients for the oil are going to be sweet almond, hemp, metafoam, castor, shea nut, apricot kernel, and vitamin E. And then, of course, your essentials and or fragrance oils that make up the scent. Alright, so your ingredients for the butter are going to be a little bit different than what we are actually used to seeing. So your ingredients for the butter is going to be the carrier blend from the oils, right? Then it's going to be shea butter, coconut oil, and then mango butter. Alright, so consistency and fill in beard. So your consistency, and guys, that is a clear oil right there. I mean, it is clear, and I don't have a problem with that. I actually like it. So what we're looking at here, I'm gonna call it a thin pushing medium. It is definitely, even though it's got castor in it, it is not a thick oil. That oil is cold. It's probably 65 degrees in my house. I keep it cold in here. And that oil, like you just seen it run down my arm, it is a thin, a light oil, and it could be pushing medium. Fill and beard. So don't get me wrong here. The fill and beard is great. It has a really good feel. Here's where I'm running into a problem. Two things. The fill and beard, it doesn't last all day. You know, once a carrier blend has been, you know, almost perfected, you'll get 10 to 12 hours out of that fill and beard. Now with this one, I'm getting 4 to 5 to 6, kind of depending on the environment that I'm working in or the environment that I'm in. I almost think, and we'll get it more into this with the scent, I almost think I know why I'm losing that fill and beard after a short amount of time. So we'll get into that in just a second. Now, let me say, when I warm this oil up, I can do a whole dropper, I can do a half dropper. I've tested both. I've worn this for I think I've worn this for 11 days straight now. With the exception, I had a product release and I did wear that one time just for the release. But other than that, for 11 days, I wore nothing but the oil and butter for Paranormal. So I can warm this oil up, right? I can go in the beard with it, and before I'm done rubbing it through, it has soaked in. Now, I don't know if everybody, you know, if there's anybody watching this that has used this before, you know, I would really love to know your thoughts on this. I have never had an oil soak in so quick that it is fast. Now, here's where I think we might be running into the problem. You can't call a fast soak-in time a problem until you start losing your fill and beard pretty quick, like what's happening to me. I think that their fragrance percentages might be a little bit overdone. And again, we'll get into that more with the scent, but let's just go ahead and say you can smell them for sure. The scent actually lasts longer than the fill and beard, but when you do get it in beard, doesn't matter if you straighten the beard or just put it straight in and let it set, you do get a great fill and beard with it. Now, let's talk about the butter. So, consistency for the butter, this is a really cool consistency, and this is their exact words. It is half whipped, half poured, right? So you can see that. Look at that air bubble. I left that air bubble there on purpose, just so, you know, you couldn't, somebody might look at that and say, oh, that's not half whipped and half poured. That's, you know, that's just a poured butter. It is not. It is not. So, got your butter here. And, you know, it kind of melts down there. And I mean, it's totally gone. So you've seen the consistency for the butter. Now for the fill and beard. Now, this butter goes in, you warm it up, you know, you got it on the hands, you warm it up. This butter goes in thick, like a really thick poured butter, right? But it doesn't stay that way. It actually soaks in pretty quick. Let's just go ahead and say it. This butter soaks in quicker than most other butters that I have. You know, it goes in heavy. I mean, when you're putting it in, I mean, your hands are almost sticking to your beard. But that only lasts for just a second, you know. I would have to say already out of these two products, I'm digging the butter more than I am the oil. But that's not to say that I dislike either. I actually like both of these products. I'm going to give these guys some feedback. I told them that since they're a new company, that I would give them the feedback that I have as quick as I could. And in my opinion, as quick as I can is after I shoot this video. So I'm not going to tell them anything other than testing's going good so far until after this video is shot, edited, and uploaded. But as far as the butter goes, like I said, it feels great in the beard. It does go in a little heavy. You know, it goes in kind of sticky. Almost a weighted solid butter, but like I said, it doesn't take no time. It soaks in, and it soaks in all the way. Alright, so let's move on to the scent. Now, I've got two scents for you today. I've got Ambassador and I've got Ray Rum. Right? So Ambassador is going to be leather, smoke, amorous, light musk, and moss. What do I get from this scent? That is a hard one. I mean, I definitely get the musk and the moss. I definitely get that. Now, amorous, if amorous is overdone, it can almost put off a chemical smell, like I don't know what to compare it to as far as the exact scent, but when amorous is overdone a little bit, it has kind of a chemically smell for 15 to 20, maybe 30 minutes. And so I am going to go ahead and say I do get a slight chemical smell from the oil. Now, I don't get that from the butter. The butter and the oil, the scents are slightly different, but once you put them both in, they end up at the same place. You know, they start out different. The oil starts out with kind of like a chemical type smell. And you know, you can pick up some other things in it too. I do get a little bit of leather. I get the smoke. You know, it's really a nice scent. You know, it's a musky, dark, manly scent for sure. Like I said, but the butter and the oil, they start out in a different place. But once they're fully dried down and soaked in, they end up at the same place, which is, like I said, a really nice, dark, manly, musky scent. With that being said, I think they are overdoing the scents just a little bit. I think their percentages are just a little high. So my recommendation for that is definitely going to be, you know, check your percentages, maybe check each individual, you know, scent note, and you know, maybe try to tweak it a little bit. I would like for the scent to stay exactly the same. I would like it to be a little less in your face because it is a very strong scent. Another problem I have run into with both the scents that I have is once I get out of the shower, I can still smell it. And now that it doesn't matter if I use a conditioning wash, a co-wash, or a stripping wash. I've used all three. And once I get out of the shower, once it's washed, once it's dried down, I can still pick up a pretty fair amount of that scent. That leads me to believe, you know, that they are using a little bit too much, either essential and or fragrance to scent their blend. Now, the next scent that I have is Ray Rum. Now, Ray Rum is a pretty complex scent profile. It's got powder, amaretto, balsam, light and dark musk, oud, and of course rum. So, and this is really strange. So when I smell that scent, even though it does not have bay leaf in it, I get a slight bay leaf, like a bay rum type scent. And it might just be my mind playing tricks on me. But this scent, this is a beautiful scent. I have worn the crap out of this one. Okay, hang on, let's slow down there a minute. The oil and the butter, the same deal. They are both slightly different. They start in a different place, but they end up in the same spot. For whatever reason, the Ray Rum butter almost has a fruity smell to it, right? Whereas the Ray Rum oil has that bay leaf. I get like a bay leaf or an herbal, you know, type smell. Kind of a spice, maybe a musk. Which it's got the light and dark musk in it, so I'm assuming that's where that comes from. But with the butter, I cannot figure out where I'm getting the fruity, you know, like the fruity note. And this is in bottle, right? So once you put it in beard, you know, and everything dries down, the oil and the butter, they come together, they end up at the same place. You definitely pick up oud. You pick up the light and dark musk. I don't know about the balsam. I don't pick up a lot of scents with balsam in them, so I'm assuming that's just a regular fir tree smell. I don't get a lot of fir tree, which is totally fine with me. But overall, this is a good scent. It's like imagine a really exotic barbershop on steroids. I mean, that's kind of the only way I can explain this one. It's a very unique scent. It's a very complex scent. The powder, now I don't get a lot of powder, which I was a little disappointed with that. I will admit, I love powder scents. That was the whole reason I picked this one up. Once it's dry, you pick up hints of the rum, you know. Again, just imagine a really just off-the-wall exotic barbershop. Now, real quick, let's go over something that I have been noticing. And guys, I don't mean to sound like I'm nitpicking these guys, but I want these guys to succeed because their customer service is amazing. They're super good dudes. I can pick up my phone right now. I can send Paranormal a DM, and one of the guys will answer me almost immediately. So I'm going to give them a, 2 big thumbs up for customer service for sure. So the pricing on this, guys, this is really super simple. It is $15 across the board. Oil, balm, butter. $15 no matter how you stack it. Oils are 1 ounce. Balms, I'm assuming the balms are 2 ounce. I don't have a balm to show you, and so we won't really cover that. 4 ounce butter, everything $15. They offer a oil balm or oil butter combo for $25. So, that's knocking $5 off for a 2-piece combo, which I think is a really, really spectacular deal. That's $12.50 an item. So, for $12.50 an item, guys, I mean, there is absolutely no reason not to pick up at least 1 combo and just see what you think about it. Because I'm telling you, these guys have got the scent game on lock. They might need to just back them off a little bit. One other quick thing I did want to go over with you. There was a couple of times while I was wearing Ray Rum that I got a tingle with the oil, not the butter. I would put the oil in and I would get a very slight tingle after I had used my beard buster to kind of exfoliate the skin. I use my beard buster, 3 or 4 times a week, and I just kind of go through there, brush the beard out real good. And every time after I used that beard buster and I went in with the Ray Rum oil, I got a slight tingle for 10-15 seconds. No big deal. It wasn't painful. It was more of a tickle than it was a tingle, really. But again, I also think, and I think we're all coming back to the same place here, I think that has to do with the percentage of the fragrance. Because there is nothing in that scent profile that has ever tingled me before in any other scent. So, guys, that's all I can really say as far as, reviewing this product. My recommendation is super simple. I think you need to back off the percentage of your fragrance, whatever you're using to scent it with. Presentation is really cool. I love that label. I love the alien, So you got the alien kind of, I can't really say it's hugging a planet, but it's kind of holding a planet there. Really super cool. Oz does great artwork. I like the old-timey look of the labels, like the cardboard type thing. So I think just, get your labels straightened out on the butter. Also, I would recommend to get away from what they call a generic label and have labels printed for each individual scent. I do realize that costs more, and I do realize your guys' cost is low. So if that's something that's not in the cards, that's definitely not a deal breaker for me. Personally, it doesn't bother me at all, but I do know some guys that prefer when a label is specific, So, and then, maybe a specific label for the butter as well. But other than that, guys, I think these guys are on the right track. They are brand new. They're not even 2 months old yet. So we're not going to judge, them too harshly on just a few little problems that I found, because it is absolutely nothing that can't be fixed simply. But like I said, their customer service is 100% on point. Their scents are on point. Maybe just need to back them down a little bit. And guys, really, that's it. I do recommend them. This is not a bad review in any way. Alright guys, that'll bring us to the end of the video. I just wanted to give you one more look at the label. Look at that artwork. Isn't that amazing? Everything about the label is really cool to me. The font, it's got the QR code on the back. It's got the ingredients listed like we all like. The only thing I would say, and like I've already mentioned, is maybe get a individualized label, for each scent. But other than that, everything about that label is really cool. So, alright guys, that's going to do it for the video. Appreciate everybody for joining, and we will catch you all on the next one. Hey everyone, thank you for watching. If you're new here and you want to support the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and remember to follow me across all social medias.